Showstart Boxing on Showstart TV pay-per-view. Now set for 4 2-minute rounds as we introduce first in the blue corner. At 29 years of age and 6 feet even, he weighed in at 93 kilograms or 205 pounds even. A controversial social media star with over 10 million followers, fights out of Miami, Florida, introducing Vitaly. And across the ring in the red corner, at 28 years of age and 5 feet 11 inches tall, he weighed in at 76 kilograms or 167.55 pounds. A social media star with over 3 million followers, fighting out of Jersey Island, UK, introducing Kristen. And your referee in charge is Ashley Grimshaw.
Vitaly hasn't moved once. He's been standing in that corner with his eyes on hanby.
And look at that body movement immediately, straight across the ring, straight across to Kristen Hanby. A little shrug there as well, Joe.
So Vitaly's promised a 60-second knockout, and Hanby has said, I'm going to dance around you all night long.
And he's dancing all right. He started off dancing and he had a nice quick jab out there as well. Vitaly's already getting frustrated. Perfect game plan from Hanby.
Well, Vidal, he said he's been training with the WBC super lightweight prospect Vitaly and Mishev for this contest, and his footwork is certainly showing.
You can see the footwork, and I'm very impressed. He's moving both ways. You know, he's keeping the target moving. He's making sure his opponent's falling short. This is good work.
And Joe, he's got to compensate for that natural weight distance difference. He doesn't want to really get in and trade there. He's doing exactly the right thing, isn't he?
Definitely. I think it's simple for Hanby. He just needs to get it to the later rounds. You know, Vitaly is carrying a lot more weight. He seems to be carrying quite a bit of muscle as well, and that will tire him, especially, you know, going head hunting like he is. He's just walking forward and trying to get that big shot, very tense, not relaxed, and it takes its toll.
If you're going to, you know, try and cut the ring down or try and catch your opponent, you have to jab your way in. You can't just march your way in, because your opponent has nothing to occupy them and they can just focus on moving.
We're already seeing frustration, and as Joe picked up on, we're already seeing tension. And if anything's going to sap your energy, it's that tension, that tightness in his work. 100%.
100%. He's going to feel that fatigue just through being tense and missing. And he's missed quite a few times this round so far. 20 seconds left, and he's been boxing beautifully.
Kristen's game plan, Joe, says to me that whole camp, his whole team, they've got a game plan to take this man on.
Exactly, and the way he's deploying it, he's staying calm. He's allowing Vitaly to get all worked up and march forward and be overly aggressive, and I think this is going exactly how Kristen wanted it to.
Well, the 60-second knockout certainly didn't come, and it was because of, for me, the game plan of his opponent.
It was the game plan. He moved, he kept his distance, he didn't allow him to find a secure target, and that way you can't knock no one out. So good technique shown, good tactics shown, and that's one round up to Hanby, in my opinion.
And Joe, this is his boxing debut. His footwork looks good, his technique, his composure. What an assured first round.
Exactly. I mean, it's easy once you get under the lights in front of the crowd. Little details like that can just go out of your brain, even though you've been training it for so long. And the way he's sticking to his movement, light on his feet, moving both ways, like Vidal said, it all adds up to wearing your opponent down and frustrating them.
We need to see more activity from Vitaly if he wants to cut the ring down and want to actually get to Hanby and have.
Well, let's see if, by contrast, if Kristen Hanby can keep that focus and discipline, because that was a disciplined opening round from his opponent.
Very disciplined. Let's see how long he can keep that up for, and also the cardio to execute such a game plan will play a factor.
Now, Joe, if you were in Vitaly's corner, having seen that opening round, what would you say to him? Loosen up at first, I suppose.
Loosen up, work your way in, set up your shots. Don't just go in with big, flat-footed haymakers. It needs to be jab, you know, feint to the body. Get Kristen thinking rather than just allowing him to dance his way out of everything.
And that is what is happening right now. Few cheeky counters are coming back from hanby occasionally, but predominantly movement to not allow Vitaly to track him down and land some big ones.
So he's trying to stalk hanby here, trying to cut down that ring, but hanby staying focused, staying disciplined, staying on his bike here, and it's the right tactic at the moment. Obviously what everyone's waiting for is the possibility that Vitaly does land one of those big shots, and whether that will change this back.
Well, that's the thing, going into this fight, Vitaly probably took that for granted, that, you know, I'm the heavier man, I can just land a big shot and this fight will be over and done with. It's proven more difficult than he thought, and he's going to have to adjust if he wants to have success tonight.
Those jabs from hanby are so effective. You know, just when Vitaly starts to go a bit flat-footed and think that he's creating an open bang, he's just getting a little buzz to the head, and it really throws your thinking off.
And there's that movement again, and what I call it a preemptive counter. He lets him set and then just pops the jab to force him to reset again. It's a great tactic.
Very good tactic. I'm seeing hanby, the fatigue is starting to settle in a little bit. I can see that in his movement, but still very sharp, still executing the game plan, and he's not giving into having a scrap with the heavier man.
So as you heard there, the key to this bout now is whether Vitaly can keep stalking his man, keep putting him under pressure, and whether really Crispin hanby can carry on with that way of fighting, Joe.
Exactly, and I think it's you know, it's quite clear. Kristen had a game plan, he's deployed it, and the way it's working so effectively, I think if he just sees it out, he's the winner. Like, because he's getting the more effective punches in with those jabs. The only thing that he may be, I don't know, penalised for is not engaging, not being the aggressor, but look, the way it's going, he's staying the more composed. I think Vitaly's getting more invested emotionally, getting annoyed, frustrated that things aren't going the way he wanted to, and that's where you've got to be versatile in boxing. You can't just have one way of operating, and if that doesn't work, you get angry at yourself and just, you know, throw everything out the window.
Vidal, picking up on that, Vitaly is doing the right thing in terms of cutting the ring down, but do you feel that he's one-paced, he's just coming in at that one pace? There's no change, as Joe was saying, no change in pace, no change in
There's
tactic.
no injection of pace.
That's what I was looking for, injection of pace.
Yeah, there's no injection of pace. There's nothing that makes hanby have to be any more threatened than the fact that he's in front of him. And okay, he's come out for him with a bit more intent. They got him in a
The ref just took one then.
Yeah, Ashley Grimshaw will be used to that, excellent fighter in his day himself. But that's the closest Vitaly's getting. This is what we were thinking. What happens when they finally engage at this range? Oh, he's saying a headbutt there, Vitaly. He's furious. Oh, he's furious. I'd love to see the replay, because the referee Ashley Grimshaw said carry on.
Now he wants to really hurt him.
Oh, and he's saying
again. Again.
He's saying a second one.
Wow. I missed the first one, but I definitely saw the second one.
Now Ashley's talking to Kristen hanby's camp, and he's
someone should pause the clock. The rounds is running away.
Here we go, guys. Let's look here. So they're engaging. That to me, the first was. Oh, no! I was just about to say a clash of heads. That was definite.
Oh, wow.
That is disgusting behaviour, but they're back on.
Well, I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, but there was
he's doing it again.
He's done it again. He's done it again.
This is three. This is bizarre. Vitaly's got every right to feel like he does.
Kristen hanby, everyone at home is watching this. You are not getting away with it. We can see that you are cheating and headbutting Vitaly. You were doing so well, bro.
That is the thing. I can't understand
He was doing so well. We was talking about discipline. We was talking about how his tactic, he was showing such discipline. And now he's started headbutting.
Vitaly looks livid. He looks irate.
Oh, look at him walking his man down. He just wants these big bombs to come in. And I think the crowd are on his side now as well because of this. walking forward, throwing the heavy shots, but he's lost discipline as well. This has got to him.
If you're not punished for what you're doing in the ring, then it's a disrespect to the sport. I think headbutting is not a part of the sport. We know this, and it shouldn't be continuing after such a deliberate headbutt. Multiple attempts.
Three times, Joe.
Three times. It's where we need maybe a bit of VAR, maybe not. but obviously we can see.
It was unnecessary. The game plan was there. He was focused. We were talking, all our previous comments about him were focused, disciplined, and then this comes in. It's obvious as well.
Yeah. Well, maybe this, you know, what I was saying about the versatility of game plan. Once Kristen realised, oh no, this is playing into Vitaly's game plan of a rough and tough battle. He thought, oh no, the only way out of this is it's to headbutt, because he can't actually deal with Vitaly when they're in like that, because Vitaly is the stronger, heavier, bigger man.
Referee should have called a disqualification. I stand firmly by that. It was a good start to the fight by hanby. He had a good game plan, but after 3 deliberate attempts to headbutt the opponent, the right thing should be done, and that should be a DQ win for Vitaly. That's my view on it.
That said, we are here for round 4, and you just wonder what's going through Vitaly's head now, Joe.
Completely. I think the anger is there, but fatigue is also there. He's got to be confused at what's coming at him from Kristen after Kristen was seemingly dominating him early on.
Vitaly has closed the gap and is now letting punches go, despite where hanby is in the ring right now.
The fatigue is instant for hanby here. That ducking low is sheer fatigue. Look, he's got a job to come back upright. Suddenly, all the gas has left.
Look, he's literally holding on now, and it's about the time going down.
Yeah, it's absolutely desperate from hanby. He's doing whatever it takes.
It's gone, Joe. Look.
Yeah, rugby tackles. It's
whatever to. He's gonna hold on now. Referee should be really on point here and call these breaks.
And this is where Vitaly can recapture it. His opponent is wide open now.
Right, but both guys are spent. They are absolutely knackered. Legs gone. They can barely put one foot in front of each other, let alone muster up the force to fight. And there we go, it's done. Now, I'd like to think that they can somehow, or the judges at least saw what occurred there, and Vitaly gets the win, because you know that there's no way that Kristen has earned a win after the antics that we've seen him do there.
There should never be a guy that tries to deliberately headbutt their opponent 3 times and have their hand raised.
No chance.
And here in round 4, suddenly he comes out and he's a spent force right at the beginning of the round. Ashley Grimshaw there holding his head, waiting for the 4th attempt there. Now we've got the back of the head from Vitaly. What started out for me as a really thrilling clash of styles went very strange very quickly.
It's interesting what an individual does when their back is against the wall. You know, do they stick by the rules, or do they do whatever it takes necessary to make either the pain stop or just get the upper hand?
And that's what we saw in that fight. You know, a lack of discipline towards the end of the fight. Brilliant boxing in the beginning, you can't take that away from him. But the moment that distance began to close, desperation kicked in, and we saw illegal moves used.
Well, ironically, Vitaly said in the build-up to this fight, my opponent's just a street fighter, and as you said, Joe, when everything kicked in, the pressure came on, that was street fighting.
Exactly. I mean, it turned into a brawl, and I think that was Vitaly's, that was where he was going to shine if he did have success. And the second it started turning into that brawl, Kristen had no choice in his head but to start doing some illegal moves, which is sad, because he did show some good boxing ability.
It really puts a downer on what was the start of a brilliant performance.
So, Vidal, we're waiting a long time. Do you think the judges are mulling over this? Do you think they saw that and they're looking over it?
I think so. Even if the ref hasn't, you know, told the judges to deduct a point for the actions that went ahead, they should use their own discretion to do that.
Well, they're hugging now. There seems to be everything forgiven and forgotten in the heat of battle.
No, that's fair play to both guys. Because I did not expect to see that after what we just witnessed.
Yeah, the heat of the moment, the passion, and everything that went before, that is great to see, but it doesn't change the facts. I still think, by default, this has got to be Vitaly's fight.
Yes, I agree. There shouldn't be any other winner in this fight. But as you said, they're taking long with the scorecards. That's always one for the butterflies in the stomach. But we have to see how it goes.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Right, I think we're ready now for this official decision. It'll be very interesting indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for these two warriors. Come on. Two judges seed about the same at 38-38 apiece against our final judge at 39-37, declaring this bout a majority draw. So round of applause for Vitaly and Kristen Hanby.
You can see who's the happier of the two there, Vidal. You can